Hello viewers, it's been a while since I uploaded my last video and I got my replacement for my Moza's PSU which got burned in the high voltage which happened a few weeks back. Now I'm ready for racing and I'm going to post contents frequently now. So yeah, it's been a while since I raced in the simulators and it took almost 20 days for me to receive it from China. So I'm ready for it, and as soon as I got the PSU, I started to race it. I kept everything. I tracked down the courier parcel every day where this parcel has been reached, and I was constantly calling them when I will get it, but yeah, here I am. And I started with same, I'm in the D class and I started with Mazda MX-5 Cup again. Since I'm in D class, I thought let's try and improve it again. Since it's been like 2-3 weeks, I didn't do any much racing here, right? So I was completely practicing few laps, and there are two races which I participated in, and one was a decent race and one was a really worst race which I'm going to share with you guys, and here you go. So here we are at Oschersleben circuit, basically last on the grid. Both of my qualifying laps got invalidated due to track limits. The driver on the right, as you could see, he breaches the jump start. As soon as I start, the driver then ahead of me didn't move, which made me to move right side, and the driver behind me bumped into me. Towards the first corner of this main straight, I don't want to get involved into any fight, so I backed off. As a result, the driver out of me goes wide, followed by the another driver, which you could see here, and then the other driver visits the wall. Classic Mazda MX-5 crashes. The driver behind me crashed into me. I don't know whose mistake was this. Let's view it in a different angle because this is not justifiable at this moment. Yeah, I gave him enough space. I gave him clearly enough space for him to overtake, but he straightly rammed into me. But yeah, this is middle class. This is where people make mistakes, including me, by the way. I too make mistakes. So I was trying to chase him down. But as you could see my telemetry, I am not earlier on the pedal, so which is costing me a lot of time here. Not in here, but in every corners in this track. I'm trying to be faster, but yeah, I'm trying to be faster on the pedals, but that's something I need to improve on. And I'm trying to chase the car ahead of me. Yep, the car has gone right there.
Go left. The next car's the leader.
And I'm chasing the driver of me. Basically, this corner doesn't need any braking, but that was my bad. I made a mistake. I'm not sure why I did the brake. I was on some different thinking by that time.
You're in fifth.
Onto the first corner. Hit the apex. Trying to be early on the pedal, but still there is lots of improvement there, which resulted me slightly going wide. So I'm fast forwarding few corners here, which is I'm still chasing the car down there, and I closed the gap, the driver ahead of me. Basically, that was my strongest corner in the circuit. That's the particular place where I gain a lot of time.
You got a slow car on the left.
Here, I decided to jump.
Left side.
I decided to
The
dive
next
in.
car's the leader. Clear on the
Got the
left.
position. But there, as you could see, they both killed them down. But he didn't stop there, as you could see in the distance. He didn't stop there. He chased so fast. I hit the apex and I'm tucking into the right side of the corner, but somehow they closed me. Even though they killed each other, they closed me with the gap. He's chasing harder, which basically makes me to feel more pressurized and makes me commit more mistakes. I knew at that time I would make mistake. I would make a mistake when someone is being pressuring me, but I try to remain as calm as possible here. So I was not aggressive here, and then comes this corner, which is smoother. The exit was also normal, but he's much more faster than me, where I should live in the space, but I don't want to leave this position as easy it is. So I took the inside line, got the light, and then as a result, with the pressure, I went for a gravel trip here.
Clear.
So yeah,
Stop on the right.
heads down, keep chasing it.
Go right.
The car has gone wide there.
The car in C1. Just set the bus.
Fast forwarding again few corners, since I just chased him down few corners here. And then again a small gravel trip. Oof, that was a nice outside line overtake you saw outside there. That was really awesome. And now I'm in chase of the white Miata in front of me. And he gone wide, he lost his rear. So I was looking on to him and I also lost my rear. As a result, net 0 position gain as the red and white Miata overtakes me. So at this moment I was really slow because that particular incident of gravel trip made me so conscious and so cautious to not make another mistake. So I braked much more earlier and I also braked much more harder, which is not good actually. It's bad. So yeah, that's the ghost car which you are seeing there. And this is where we should be more careful in those ghost cars, because suddenly they can appear and they can cause the crash. Onto my strongest corner of the circuit. Closed him much more down than the last few corners. Lifting, and at the last corner of the circuit, decided to dive bomb here since this is the last lap, but there is no space or there is no gap for me to overtake there. So yeah, heads down and the checkered flag comes in.
Chicken flag.
And I'm happy with this race. This was a really good race, good overtakes here, except the first mistake, which gave me 4th position. Started at the 12th of the grid, which is basically the last of the grid, and got me the 4th position, which is nice improvement, which essentially gave me 0.02 safety rating change and plus 47 iRacing change. So I'm improving it. And then comes the second race.
Okay, here comes your first time lap.
So here's the first qualifying lap. At least at this time I could be doing this properly. Onto the first corner, I want to hit the apex here, which I nailed it. But I am much more slower than my best lap. As you could see, the time is going down here, but it's not as fast as I would wish. In this corner, I wanted to take the ideal line and I want to skip on the geometric line since we are in the qualifying lap and has a long straight towards the end of the other corner here. But yeah, there is no improvement here, meaning I braked it earlier and I didn't lift it much. Again, much more wider. This is not the best way to take this corner out. Onto the chicane. slight lifting, no braking applied, and then a small braking there. A trial braking could have been improved there, but that's just a small drop down there. But yeah, that's something I'm also improving when I'm in this pressure. And again, as you could see, this is one of my strongest corners of the circuit, and suddenly my time improves there. Onto the last corner of the circuit. Want to take this apex, but I couldn't. I didn't brake much more. So the second qualifying lap comes in. I was going to the corners, and the first corner is slightly worse than my previous lap, as I've gone slightly wide there. As the lap goes, suddenly and towards the corner I lost the control because I lost the time for the qualifying. Basically it was an 8-minute qualifying lap, but I entered on somewhere around 3 minutes of time, which gave me no time for the second qualifying lap. So yeah, basically got the position in P7. As the lights go out here, slow start from the driver ahead, so I took the inside line, which gives at least the best position here, but the drivers are faster than me here, and all of them are the left, so I decided to jump right here.
Still there, hold your line.
Wanted to take it slow and easy, not want to crash it.
Clear on the right.
Yeah, I'm slower here, as you could see all the other cars over
Still there.
passing me,
Clear on the right.
but yeah, that's fine. It should be patient there.
Car right. Still there, hold your line.
The car right side of me goes wide there,
Still there, hold your line. There's an incident ahead. You got a slow car on the right.
and there is the
Go right. Still there, hold
carnage
your line.
where every others decided to kill each other there. And by this moment I was so nervous that I would be into the crash, but yeah, I survived it. So I slammed into the brakes. I don't want to get involved in those incidents.
Go right.
And I'm in start of the chase again. The blue mate are gone wide there. There was a chance of overtaking, but yeah, 2 cars are stacked there. Took the inside line here onto the strongest corner of my circuit,
Left side.
and then I went for a gravel trip there. So the car behind me overtook, heads down, and I'm chasing it again. Onto the main straight, the car ahead of me has gone off with this race gone. So I got that space for
Position.
overtaking since I had a lot of speed here.
Still there. Clear on the right.
Took the inside lane, was an easy get in and easy get out here. Nice and easy here. Nothing much to add on this corner, which is near perfect for me. Again, same ideal line here. But the car behind me has gone off. That guy has made lots of mistakes in these races. He lost his rear many times on the last corner of the circuit, as well as the corner which you saw just few seconds back. And I'm in a really good position. I was in the 3rd position here. Nothing could go wrong.
You cut that corner.
Yeah, I cut this chicane and I got the penalty. But yeah, the car behind me is so wide, so long here. The gap is so big. What could go wrong? I'm in the 3rd position. But at this position, I reminded that I need to slow it down. And even then, I didn't slow down. I don't know what I was thinking. I thought maybe the next Max Verstappen is going to appear. But yeah, that's pretty much a blunder, a real blunder, where you could see in the race where you can't slow it down. But yeah,
Clear on the left. Right
which
side.
essentially
Got it, slow car
lost
on the
this
right.
position
Clear.
and a gravel trip again in the same corner.
9, 3.
And worst is crashing on the pit entry. Yeah, so just one incident and again a gravel trip here, with followed by an spin out. I don't know what that guy was thinking. He also did the same spin out there. So yeah, at this moment I was so frustrated that one particular incident made me commit more mistakes than actually it is. I don't think it's basically a skill issue, but rather than issue which is caused by the frustration and the nervous which causes due to the mistakes we make here, which is basically something, yeah, we need to control it in these races here. So I am in chase again, because after the pits it took me almost 1.5 minutes for me to back again on the tracks. And after a few laps, as you could see the rear, that's the same guy who lost his rear and crashed into many others. So I was being careful on him. I don't want to
Keep to the right.
endanger him.
Clear.
So yeah. As a result, he goes wide there, slightly wider, and I'm in that inside line again. We both are on near same speed. Neither of them are speeder here. But since I had the inside line, I easily took this line, and he went wide again. Braked it. He just kissed me on this rear. But he gained the speed. I was slower there, and my trial braking got lost there.
On the left. They say you cut the course. Don't
And the corner
slow
comes
down.
in.
Give up the time.
Same penalty, but this time it was much more faster. As you could see, the time goes. And 3 cars stacked in front of me. All I have to do is patiently wait for them to crash out. I was hoping that should happen. I was praying for that to happen. But that's not what happened. I reached the last corner. Instead, I again visited the gravel, but this time I didn't spin out at least, which is
1.6 seconds.
great, by the way. As this lap continues, as this lap finishes, the race completes, the checkered flag comes in. Basically, this is one of the worst races you could ever see here. So that one penalty mistake made me or induced me to make much more mistakes here, which resulted me minus 0.05 safety rating change alongside with the minus 38 iRating change. So yeah, heads down and keep it on the race. By this, you would have already figured out how worse of a race driver I am, but I'm constantly improving, and I'm learning various skills, various techniques where I could be safer and do a clean racing. That's what I wish for. I am not wish for podiums, or I don't wish for a win. For now, my only goal is to get a race without any incidents. But since we are in rookie class, the opponents also crash into us at the same time. I'll also do many mistakes, which opponents' mistakes, that is not much in my hands, but how I drive is in my hands, right? So that's something which I wanted to focus on, and throughout the week you will. So that's it for this week, guys. Hope I bring some exciting races in the coming weeks. So stay tuned. Bye.